Well, hello everyone, welcome back. This is Dave from Schmitt Music, and we've gone through a bunch of things so far. We've gone through how to pull your instrument out of your case, how to put it together, how to put the mouthpiece on, how to put the reed and ligature on, how to hold it in your hands, and how to get that first note out. So now we are ready to hit our Essential Elements book, and you'll want this one, Essential Elements, Book 1 for tenor saxophone. It looks like this, has a little yellow stripe on the top. That means it's Book 1. And if we open it up and take a little look here, the first couple pages are exactly the things we talked about in those videos, showing you how to hold it, how to sit. One thing that we maybe didn't talk about before is posture. You'll want to sit at the edge of your chair with the saxophone to your right side of you, nice and straight. We don't want to slouch, we don't want to be off to the side, we want to be sitting nice and straight right at the edge of the seat with the saxophone ready to go. So let's page ahead a little further to page 4, and that's where we're going to start on this lesson. So page 4, long tones. And what long tones means is you're just playing a long note and you're trying to keep it really steady and a nice sound and very pretty sounding. You can hold them out really, really long. In this one, we're going to hold them out for 4 counts, and then we're going to rest for 4 counts. Now, the first note that we're going to learn is G. So if you remember, when you're holding the saxophone, we kind of make a C with our hand and then turn it sideways like that. Now, one thing I like to think about it is if I'm holding a really hot cup of hot chocolate, or if I'm holding a very full glass of water, I don't want to do that or any of that. I want it right even with the floor. And that's exactly where I'll put my hands here. And if you remember, we've got let me get a good angle here. We don't hit this button with our pointer finger, but it's the one right below it. So this may be a metal key. This may have this pearly thing on it, but the one below always will have the pearl on it. And your pointer finger goes there. We're going to skip this little teeny tiny one here and go to the next one. That's where your middle finger goes. And you'll notice it takes the teeny tiny one down with it. And then ring finger goes there. So boop, boop, and boop. And if you're doing it right, those are the 3 fingers for the front. Now, you'll see there's like a little, because you see a picture of kind of where your fingers go. There's a little thing above it. It's also filled in, and that means where your thumb goes on the back here, you have this little rocking key here. Now, don't lift your thumb off of it to hit it. Don't do that. You'll want to have your thumb on the thumb rest and just rock onto it. So you'll have 1, 2, 3, and that key on the back, which is called the octave key. And then the right hand isn't holding down any keys, but we're going to put it in the right thumb hook here. So, 1, 2, 3, the key in the back, and then holding the saxophone up here. And if we get it right, that's going to be your G, and it should sound like this. Now, if you're a little too tight, you might sound, or hear no sound at all. If you're too loose, you'll just hear air. So you have to be just tight enough. Remember, your bottom lip is going over your bottom teeth. Your top teeth are on the top of the mouthpiece, and you're taking in about that much mouthpiece. Just about an inch or so, maybe a little more. So let's take a look at number 1 here, the first note, and that is that G. And we're going to hold it for 4 counts, and then we're going to count 4 counts of rest. It's a good idea to count out loud when you're doing the resting parts as well as while you're doing the playing parts, because you want to make sure you don't short the rest and jump ahead. It's easy to skip ahead when you're just kind of sitting there, but if you're saying 1, 2, 3, 4, it makes you take your time and give the rest the whole 4 beats. So here we go. Number 1, the first note. I'll count us off. 1, 2, ready, play. Rest, 2, 3, 4. Rest, 2, 3, 4. And yeah, make sure you're breathing deep and where your stomach puffs out. You breathe up into your chest. Yeah, that sounds kind of weak, where I get a much bigger sound when I breathe all the way down to here. And the next these little yellow boxes here, these tell you handy things. It shows you what the beats are, and it talks about what notes and rests are. Now, the first two types of rhythms that we're going to learn is we're going to learn a quarter note, and a quarter note is 1 beat. So if I have 4 quarter notes, I go 1, 2, ready, play. And I'm blowing the whole time, but I'm tapping my tongue, tip of my tongue to the tip of the reed, so that I don't have to blow each time like separately. Like if I don't use my tongue, it sounds like, and It doesn't sound quite as even as if it's ta, 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 ta. And you think if you sing and go ta, 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 you don't go ta, ta. You can keep the air going the whole time. Now the little squiggly looking thing, that's your quarter rest, and that means you stay silent for one beat. So number 2 would be ta, 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 rest, 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 and so on. So let's give it a try. Let's play it. 1, 2, ready, play. Rest, 2, 3, 4. Rest, 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 rest. And when you count your rests, you can keep the mouthpiece in your mouth and just talk through it like that. It's really, and you don't even have to say the number. You can say rest, 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 rest. You can go bop, 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 whatever it is, so that you're keeping track of those beats going by. I like to just count 1, 2, 3, 4. But whatever works for you, so that you're making sure you're giving all of those as equal time as the notes that you do play. Okay, so let's look at number 3, a new note. We're going to learn our F. So that G was this. Now we're going to bring the right hand into play here. Still thumb hook there. And we have these 3 keys here. My pointer finger is going to go right there. And that's my F. If you get that right. So everything else on my left hand is the same as what was happening with the G. So it's 1, 2, 3, and the octave key. But then I add finger 1 here, which is my pointer finger. So let's play number 3, a new note. And we're going to do 4 and 4 again. 4 beats of the note and 4 beats of rest. 1, 2, ready, play. Rest, 2, 3, 4. Rest, 2, 3, 4. And we're done. Cool. So let's take a look at number 4. That's going to have us play quarter notes on F, 4 beats of rest, and quarter notes on G. If you need these have you written, these have the note names written in for you. But if you ever need to write anything in or write in counts on later pieces where it's not written in, you can always do that. That's always a great thing to do until you're completely comfortable. And write it in pencil though, so you can take it out later if you want. Here we go. Number 4. 1, 2, ready, play. Rest, 2, 3, 4. Rest, 2, 3, 4. Great. And with any of these, if you have to do them a couple of times, if we were doing a face-to-face or a Zoom lesson or something like that, we'd repeat it if need be, and we'd go through it a few times. But for the video, you can just rewind it and listen to it again. And if you have to slow it down, that's just fine. I would rather you play it slow and perfect. I would rather play slow and perfect than fast and wrong. And then when you can get it up to speed, go ahead and play them along with me. So here we go, number 5. We're going to learn our E. So finger our F first, and then we add our middle finger on our right hand. So it was G, F, E. And I'm lifting my fingers way up here, but normally when I'd play, I'd keep them down by the keys. I just want you to really be able to see in the camera that I'm putting those 2 down, and that's my E. If I get it right, I get that note. So let's play number 5. 4 counts of playing, 4 counts of rest. 1, 2, ready, play. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Great. So once you're comfortable with that, let's take a look at number 6. We're going to do E, 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 and then E, E, F, F, G. So that'll be E, F, G. So we're kind of climbing up. That's why it's moving on up. Let's give it a try. Number 6. 1, 2, ready, play. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. And we're done. So that's the first page of music already. Page 4 and essential elements. In the next video, we're going to take a look at page 5 and learn even more. Don't move on to page 5 until you're really comfortable with everything on page 4 and can play it really well and can play along with me at speed. But that shouldn't take very long. And if you do have any questions, always leave me a question in the comment below. Comments area below, and I'd be happy to answer it. If I can help at all, I certainly will. Otherwise, we'll see you in the next video for page 5.